the 3rd of November 2022, order to pay, 182.9 million pounds fine by the Judge Peter Frassel at the Southwark Crown Court, who also approved 93.5 million pounds confiscated order. The judge says the offense to which Glencore had pleaded guilty represented corruption on a widespread scale, deploying very substantial sums of money in bribe. The corruption is of extended duration and took place across 5 separate countries in West Africa. But its origin in West Africa oil trading desk of defendant in London, it was endemic among traders on the particular desk. Just to complete it as well, on Wednesday, Britain's Serious Fraud Office, SFO, told the court that Glencore Energy UK failed to prevent the payment of millions of dollars in bribe to officials in 5 African countries. The bribe was process that went for several years in Cameroon, Guinea, Ivory Coast, Nigeria, and South Sudan. This is Star Radio UK. I guess you want me to come back into the studio.
Yes, allow me. This is a very serious issue because we know when it comes to bribery, what it does is that allows people to certain things, it's that allow checks and balances to be lower, the barrier for checks and balances to be lowest. It creates a cost of doing business and therefore it deprives the citizens of the benefits of it. Now, we know this has just been announced, since this court has been Nigeria, are we or are Nigeria pushing for any basically an investigation to be conducted also in Nigeria to find out those who are the receiving end of this something?
Well, there hasn't been any official response that I know of because I've been following these, in the last, 48 hours since, the judgment was coming up. But the Nigerian government have not said much. The NNPC have not released any statement. Maybe by the time we come back on Monday, we might have something to talk about. But when we talk about corruption cases, especially with some of these multinational companies, the question then is, these are more reasons that Nigerians are in abject poverty, not because, of the, 5 times daily prayer that is coming through, the small tunnel in Ajegunle or in somewhere in Ondo State or somewhere in Benue or Southeast. The judge further said in his sentence remarks, Glencore has engaged in a corporate reform and today appear to be a very different corporation than it was at the time of the offense. I'm not sure what that means by the judge, but it seems also that the company unreservedly regret the harm caused by this offense and recognize the harm caused both at national and public level in Africa. What do they mean by that is what I don't understand. You've actually done so much damage for those back home and probably those that have businesses across, some of these smaller parts in Nigeria and other African countries.
It's very sad. I just hope and wish that some of these others, when they take the money, they'll say, okay, Nigerians.
They were actually flying the cash, through a private jet.
Jesus Christ.